Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we have a special one planned for you guys, and we are going to be walking through how you should be effectively doing all of your industry and niche research. And if you're an e-commerce brand owner, like a lot of the viewers on this channel, then you probably know how important it is to understand your customer and to be able to know what deeply resonates with them. This will actually allow you to build a sustainably large business that produces profitable results. And if there's one thing I know about being an e-commerce agency owner and working with info products as well too, it's that you need to know your audience. And so today we're going to be basically unpacking all of the information that me and my team personally use for all of our clients. We're going to be walking through strategy documents, really core components, and really diving into the slideshow that I've prepared for you guys and wasting absolutely no time. As you can see, I've actually cut out the intro of this video just because I want to make it straight to the point for you guys and waste zero time. So without further ado, let's jump into my computer and get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to be discussing obviously niche research and strategy for actually finding out who your ideal customer is. A very big important of, obviously e-commerce, and whether you run an e-commerce brand, whether you are an info product brand owner, it doesn't matter. You need to know who your audience is. So today's itinerary, we're going to be going over the 3 core questions to ask yourself before starting a brand new brand. The 3 core questions to ask yourself before selling a product. And the 3 free tools you need to leverage to know who your audience is inside and out. These are the core components of today's video. And if you guys stay through the full length of this video, I'm actually going to be walking through a bonus strategy document that my team personally uses for all of our clients, whether you are an e-commerce brand owner or an info product as well too. And I'm going to be giving that to you guys completely for free. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So before starting a brand new brand, the 3 core questions to ask yourself before starting a brand new brand, okay? So whenever we talk and consult with new, Shopify brand owners or people who are starting just a brand new e-commerce brand or info product, you need to ask yourself, does this audience have spending power to purchase? If your audience doesn't have money, you will not make any money. It doesn't matter how deeply you resonate with them. It doesn't matter how good your product is, how good your service is. If they don't have money to buy, you won't financially thrive, okay? So that's why, when it comes to TikTok, I always tell people, because people always come to me and they say, hey, like TikTok's trending. I want to get on TikTok. I want to get on this trend. What do I do? And the thing is if you're targeting, the younger demographic of TikTok from, 16 to 20, your results probably won't be that good because a lot of this demographic, they just don't have a lot of money typically. And so you have to ask yourself, does this audience have spending power to purchase? Okay. Second question, does this industry or specific niche have longevity? Is this an industry that's going to stand the test of time? Will this industry be here the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? These are questions to ask yourself. The worst thing that could happen is you start a brand or you start an e-commerce business or a service-based business, it doesn't really matter. And then, in the next 5 months it fizzles out and it was just kind of like one of those trends. It's kind of like fidget spinners, right? Everyone remembers in 2014 when fidget spinners were just going crazy and it worked very well. It made people a lot of money, but like where are fidget spinners today? And fair enough, you made a lot of money from it, but personally for me, I would rather make a tremendous amount of success over a longer period of time rather than just like a great deal of success in a short period of time. It's just not going to really fulfill me personally, and I honestly would recommend that to any one of you as well too who are watching this video. Now the third question, is this a niche that has a deep problem that needs to be solved? Okay. The deeper the problem in an industry, the more opportunity for you to step in and then meet your customers halfway. You can show them that there is a solution to their deep problems, right? This is all going to play into how you resonate with them, because usually the niches and the industries that have the deepest problems, they're the easiest to solve and they're the easiest to connect with. So is this a niche that has a deep problem that needs to be solved? Okay. So if you have basically answered yes to all 3 of these questions, you're on the right path. You're definitely looking at the right niche, and now it's time to just jump into the product side. So before selling a new product, does this product solve a deep problem? So again, if your product doesn't solve a problem, it's going to be much harder, I feel like, to actually succeed. And this goes towards, again, info products and e-commerce brands. Your product needs to solve some sort of problem. I'm not a huge fan of like the convenience offer sort of things. Clothing brands and that aside, I do appreciate, I do love, we work with a lot of clothing brands that are awesome. But I just find that if you're starting a brand new, business, having something that solves a deep problem is going to be hands down the easiest way to go. Okay. So does this product solve a deep problem? Is this product easy to make content around and communicate to my ideal audience? So you need to ask yourself, can I easily make content around this product? This is probably a topic for another video, but if you're someone that's not making content yourself around the products that you sell or the services that you sell, I highly encourage you to start getting on that route, because it's just going to make things and honestly your life so much easier when it comes to succeeding with your brand. Doesn't matter if you're a product or a service-based business, okay? So again, is this a product easy to make content around and communicate with my ideal audience? The third question, is this product unique and have a wow factor to it? This is something that is very, very important, especially if you're looking at platforms like TikTok, because again, TikTok is one of those things where it is a little bit more trendy. The audience and demographic is a little bit younger. You can still find people on there that have purchasing power. A lot of our clients are doing, hundreds of thousands of dollars on TikTok. So you need to ask yourself, is this unique and does it have a wow factor, right? And this kind of plays into that second question as well, is this a product that you can make content around and is it easy to communicate? If your product is unique and it has wow factor, it'll be, first of all, A, easy to communicate, and it'll be B, easy to make content around. So you need to ask yourself, does it have wow factor, okay? If it does, you're golden. So again, if you've answered yes to all three of these questions, you're on the right path. And now all you have to do is just actually go and test, right? So let's dive into the 3 tools that you need to leverage now, okay? So exploding topics, Answer the Public, and Amazon reviews. Now, some of these you may have heard of. I know that there's a lot of kind of hype around, at least the one, exploding topics. These are the 3 that we're going to be going through. You can copy and paste basically these URLs into your own browser. Check them out for yourself. But we're actually going to be doing a quick little walkthrough through each and show you and basically break down to how you should be leveraging these platforms. Okay, so let's dive right in. All right, now the first one that we're gonna be going through is explodingtopics.com. Now this one is super cool because it allows you to actually narrow down your search by, timeline, and then obviously different sort of industries, which is great. So for this case, we are gonna be doing e-commerce, and we will maybe narrow down the search by 3 months. Okay, so as you can see here, there are just tons of things that come up, right? It shows you basically the searches per month, and it shows you the growth. So as you can see, drop surfacing is obviously something that is in play. TikTok ads, obviously a lot of people are searching up TikTok ads right now. Eardrops, epilator, mangleless, and then the cool thing is it shows you a description of what these things are, and you can click it. You can basically check it out a little bit more, categories that it's in, other related topics to this, like ear cleaning kits. Again, these are products that you could sell, right? Pet eardrops, all these cool things, right? And then once you're in here, you can actually filter out and see what's the growth over a 6-month period of time, a 1-year period of time. There's so many different options. So you can really start to see what sort of trends are really coming up. And it's kind of like an easier to use version of Google Trends. I do love still using Google Trends, but this one's it's a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit better designed. So it makes it a little bit easier for, the average user. And again, it's just really, really cool. It even shows you things that have peaked. So pet eardrops, maybe this was selling previously before, but it looks like it peaked and it's starting to dip down. So pet eardrops is probably something that you wouldn't want to do, right? Again, ear cleaning kit. Once you start to, widen your search a little bit more and you start to go to 1 year, now you start to see the growth and you start to see kind of what's going on in the industry as time kind of goes on, right? So let's go back to the main page. So 6 months, again, we'll click e-commerce. You can see cooling blankets are, definitely on the grow. This is the last 6 months. Let's go to maybe 3 months. And then obviously, if you want to try their pro version, it'll basically give you an option to upgrade where you can see all this information. Probably a very good option for a lot of you e-com brand owners who are people that maybe want to jump on trends, build stores, build them up to great heights, and then sell them. If you're into that, this is definitely a really good tool. So again, you can see how this starts to work, okay? Now, the second tool I want to go through is something called Answer the Public. Really cool platform that basically shows you exactly what people are searching for in your niche. So you can actually see what your audience is searching for, whether it be related to questions, concerns, inquiries, things that they want to learn about the industry. It doesn't really matter. So for this instance, we will search up e-commerce. Click search. And again, you can filter out where this search is relating to. But then basically it'll break this all down for you. So e-commerce. So it'll say when e-commerce started in India, when e-commerce will start in, I don't even know where that place is, when e-commerce began, crossword clue. So it just starts to break down a lot of the things that your potential customers are asking. So a really good example of this would be if you were to go to this website and maybe you're in the pet industry, right? We can filter out by, let's do United States. And then we were to, and as you can see, I did a lot of things here. So let's go to like a neck massager, for instance, just to show you guys for simplicity. So you search, and again, the free version only has a limited amount of options in terms of like what you can search for. So you can look at the paid versions as well, but these are free tools to use. They just do have paid options. So for a neck massager, I know that a neck massager was something that was trending in the e-commerce world for quite a while. And so as you can see here, are neck massagers safe? Are neck massagers good for you? Are neck massagers any good? Why neck massages feels good? Why does neck massages feel so good? Is a neck massager good? So again, you can start to see a lot of things. You can see people searching up questions, inquiries, concerns. It doesn't really matter. The big thing about this is I love using this platform for more so addressing concerns, because if you have any sort of friction between communicating your product and the value of that product to your consumer, and there is friction there and they have objections that aren't being handled, they won't purchase, or it'll take a much longer period of time for them to purchase, which basically means that the cost per acquisition cost will go up. So instead of it costing $20 per purchase, it'll cost maybe $30 or $40. And again, that's just money that can be going towards, investing back into your ads to acquire new customers. So I love using this website for, again, exactly this reason, to address concerns. I know that there's actually one I saw, is neck massagers safe during pregnancy? Again, these are things that you can address, right? So you don't need, you don't need to know your everything that your customers, are thinking about. But if you know that they have concerns and you can address those concerns, it'll help you massively, okay? Now, the third thing I want to go through is Amazon reviews. Everyone uses Amazon, everyone understands it, okay? I want to use the pet pee pads as an example just because I do have a case study on my website that basically walked through a client who we sold, pee pads for. They were in the pet niche and they absolutely crushed it. We basically scaled them from $5,000 in total revenue all the way to $484,000 in total revenue in just 5 months. And all they did was sell basically pee pads as like 90% of their actual conversions. So all you need to do is, if you have your industry, you have your brand up, you have your products that you're willing to sell, search up your product, click on the first one that pops up, and then scroll all the way down to the review section. This is really good because it'll actually show you the reviews that you can start to pick and pull from. So again, this is a great way of seeing maybe questions and concerns, seeing things that people, really love about the product, people, what they really hate about the product, right? So you can start to address the people that don't like the product and why, and then you can start to really hone in on why people love the product and start to really dial in on that, right? So really good example here. This person, I already read this review before the video. I had this all planned out for you guys, but basically you can see here, I got these from my late middle-aged cat who has decided inexplicably in the last year or so that she will only pee in the litter box if it's pristine. I've tried everything, different types of litter, fill away, behavioral training, nothing's worked. So I gave in and when my vet gave her a clean bill of health, I started looking for the way to accommodate. Okay, so now you can see these have been exactly what I needed. They're really quite big, very absorbent, don't retain a lot of smell. So again, these are benefits that a customer of this product is saying. So these are things that you can touch on in your ad creatives, in your ad copy, in your headlines, and even your landing page, right? Because you want to make sure that the whole customer acquisition journey is very congruent and it's the same messaging. So these are things that you can touch on, which is incredible. This is a great option for cat owners with older animals who have litter box troubles. For kittens, $30 well spent. So you can see here, like, this is a product that is being advertised more so for dogs, but it's also for cats. So this is also something that you can do, right? And I will even say as well too, when we were advertising this product, we had a lot of cat owners purchase this product, but we initially only thought that this was a dog product. Until we started doing customer research and audience research, we started telling our client, we were like, hey, listen, like cat owners are actually buying this product as well too. So let's start getting creatives around cats. And so again, this is a really good option, going into Amazon reviews, searching your product, and then being able to figure out what your customers love about the product and what they hate about it. And again, click on the 1-star reviews, right? Like, not impressed, not worth the money, the item is so thin, not absorbent. So you need to ask yourself, like, okay, is this maybe a product quality issue, right? If you see a bunch of people saying it's good and a bunch of people saying it's bad, it's probably a product quality issue, right? So you got to ask yourself this. So again, Amazon reviews, I love doing it because honestly, the people who know the most and the best is the people who have actually purchased this product before. And learning about what your customers are saying allows you to obviously enhance your whole customer acquisition journey and just make a better experience for your customer, overall when they start to work with your brand and, start to exchange their dollars, for your products, right? All right, and because you stuck through the whole video, I'm now going to be going through the exact client strategy document that me and my agency use for all of our clients, and you guys will get access to this as well too, because the link is right down below in the description. So all you have to do is click that link, open it up, click file, click make a copy, and then basically it's yours. It'll be transferred right into your Google Drive. So let's just do a quick little walkthrough just to show you guys how you guys can actually start to utilize this. So there's a few different tabs on the bottom here, each one obviously having a different purpose, but the biggest thing is knowing your margins, knowing your logistics, right? So the big core component that we're focusing on here is profit margins and your break-even ROAS. So if your product cost is, let's just say $16.99. Let's go $16.99. Average shipping cost, let's just say $4.99. And you're retailing it for $69.99. Profit margin is $48.01. Profit margin. Okay, so now you know that your break-even ROAS is a 1.46. So this document's gonna basically allow you to do all of your margins. It'll show you break-even ROAS. It'll show you exactly what you need to be hitting in terms of advertising in order to be profitable. If you don't know what your numbers are when you're trying to be profitable, it's just not good. You don't want to be going into this blind. You want to know exactly what numbers that you need to be hitting, okay? And I would also recommend that in terms of Facebook ads, the lower the break-even ROAS, the better. But I would not try to get into that 2 ROAS area just because Facebook and Instagram have gone a little bit more expensive. Obviously, if you have good ad creatives, they will work very, very good. But you just want to make sure that your break-even ROAS is at a sustainable level that you feel confident that you can reach, especially as a beginner. The lower the break-even ROAS, the better it's going to be and the lower the barrier to entry, okay? So that is the client logistics side, the brand story. So this is, again, it'll allow you to kind of communicate your brand story, communicate the values of your brand. These are things that you can touch on in your website, in your landing pages. Again, these are things that are going to help you enhance your overall customer acquisition journey. Then you have your audience insights here so that you can start to break down all these different sort of components of who your audience is. Again, a lot of these questions are going to really encourage you to probably do a ton of audience research. So you're going to be using, again, exploding trends, answer the public, Amazon reviews, do all these things for your audience research. If you know your audience inside and out, it's going to be much easier for you to resonate with them. So this is probably one of the most important documents in this whole strategy document, okay? And then your customer avatar. This is something that me and my agency love doing. So we basically will create customer avatar 1, customer avatar 2, and then we basically break down what that person looks like so that we know who we are targeting, right? So the other page gives us very, generic information about everyone, but then this page allows you to say this is the type of person that we are targeting. This is one singular customer that we are targeting, right? And then you can start to, again, break it down by, activities that they do, achievements, pain points and problems, their role models, their goals, their values, their dislikes, all these different things. And then, of course, proven strategies. So if you are a e-commerce business owner or an infoproc business owner and you have already, succeeded with stores that you've built or courses that you have been able to sell, then you need to go in here and basically create, a track record of what has worked for you in the past. I don't understand why people they'll succeed at something and then they try doing something completely different the next time. If you find success in something, run with it, right? And so this document will basically allow you to, keep a good track record of exactly what you've been able to do in the past so that you can recreate it and duplicate it for your next project. Okay, so it kind of goes into, what angles are proven to resonate with your audience, what offers are proven to, successfully run for your ads, all these different things, okay? And then competitor insights. It's always really good to know who your competitors are, see what they're doing so you can stay, ahead of the trends. You can see what's working for them, what's not working for them. It just allows you to avoid hurdles and, anything unnecessary that you don't need to, go through yourself or spend money on when you don't need to, stuff like that. And it's always really good, I find personally, for looking at their content, because again, with ad platforms nowadays, the biggest thing is content. So you need to know exactly what content converts and what content doesn't so that you can recreate it, put your own unique spin on it, and then resonate with your audience in a different way, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know that I try to get straight to the point. I literally cut out every single little bit of fluff in it. And if you guys enjoy this video, I just want to ask you guys to please smash the subscribe button. It helps tons to support my channel, and it also pushes this content more with the YouTube algorithm. Also, like this video as well too if you guys got a lot of value from it. And don't be afraid to comment below on what sort of content that you guys would like to learn about. Doesn't matter if you are an e-commerce brand owner or if you are an infoproc brand owner, you're a coach or a consultant, it doesn't matter. If you need help, if you have questions, I'd love to make content on it for YouTube. Then you guys can be able to tune in, learn more, and all this content is completely for free. So without further ado, again, thank you so much for tuning in today's video. We will have weekly content coming out every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.